morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome you to Year of Providence Class 14's graduation. My name is Eddie Rosales. I'm 24 years old and currently reside in Providence, Rhode Island. I also had the pleasure of interning at Covidian. I am also proud to say that I have just been hired by Covidian, where I have been working with the desktop support team on field sales. On behalf of Europe, we would like to thank each of you for joining us here at our graduation today. We especially like to recognize Lieutenant Governor Roberts, Speaker Fox, and Mayor Tavares. We would like to welcome and thank our graduating sponsors as well, our platinum sponsor, CVS Caremark, G-Tech, and Hasbro, our gold sponsor, Covidian, our table sponsor, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Rhode Island and MetLife, and our education sponsors, Bank of America. We would especially like to thank the Rhode Island Foundation, the Bank of America Foundation, and the Rhode Island Department of Education. A special welcome and thank you to all of our corporate partners and supervisors. We would also like to show our gratitude to our board members, our mentors, our tutors, our donors, and all of our volunteers. Thank you for your hard work, support, and dedication. Without the help of every single person in this room, Europe could simply not exist. For me, it took an advisor, a mentor, a full staff to help me get here today. I am also very grateful and thankful to my supervisor, Jennifer Barba, who for helping me grow as a young professional. And we are also here because of our families and supporters who have joined us today. I cannot leave without expressing special thanks to my parents and my girlfriend who are with me here today as well. Most importantly, congratulations to my colleagues in Class 14. We made it. I cannot wait to see what the next chapter in our lives has in store for us. It is now my pleasure to bring to the stage Year of Providence leader, someone whose energy, passion is an inspiration to myself and my classmates, our Executive Director, Megan Hughes.
So that was Eddie, I think, at his most serious. He is, in addition to being a very talented Covidian hire, I will say the class comedian. So thank you, Eddie. There's no doubt in my mind that Covidian not only has a talented IT professional in you, but has also served or solved its future emceeing needs. So welcome, everyone. I do ask that we begin this morning with a moment of silence to remember Justin Spinola, a member of our community, a student in Class 15 who passed away last week. We extend our deep sympathy to the Spinola family. So, thank you all so much for joining us today to celebrate Class 14. Our graduates have worked tirelessly to reach this room, and they should be congratulated. So here are some numbers. By tomorrow, 44% of these graduates will be headed to college full-time or to their new jobs, with our corporate partners from around the state. Our young adults and our corporate partners have done this in the teeth of a recession and despite an unemployment number that routinely places Rhode Island at the bottom of that pool. Thank you to every person in this room, as I know that each one of you plays a role in our young adult success. We give our graduates and ourselves 4 months to receive an 85% successful outcome with our graduates. That means 4 months from now, at least 85% of the young adults in this room will either be in college or employed full-time. I'm proud to say that this team has exceeded that number for the last several years. So as just about everyone in this room knows, Europe exists for two reasons. We exist because today in this country, there are 5 million disconnected young adults. What we mean by that is young adults who are neither in school or in college. We also exist because American companies face a breathtaking shortage of skilled workers. In Rhode Island, as many of you know, it's particularly acute. Today there are thousands of jobs that go unfilled by Rhode Islanders because we haven't trained our own people. Here's where we come in. We provide opportunity for motivated young adults to move into the economic mainstream of this country, and Year Up provides a highly professional and motivated workforce to American companies. It's a simple model and it works. So to Class 14, welcome to you, to your family, and to your friends. This day is to celebrate you. Can you believe it's finally here? You've just completed an incredibly demanding year of classes and internships, but you didn't stop there. You learned from corporate leaders like Rich Melia at Covidian or Bill Ray at Blue Cross Blue Shield. You served our state's communities by partnering with the Rhode Island Blood Bank and volunteering for the Rhode Island Department of Education. You attended a forum with Secretary of Education Arne Duncan, and one of you will visit the White House next week as the invited guest of CBS for a meeting there about jobs and opportunity. Your voices are helping to change perceptions of what young adults want and need in this country, and for that we say thank you. Lastly, where's Leela? You stand here as the third class to graduate as duly enrolled CCRI students. We have CCRI's leadership with us today, and we thank you with full hearts for your belief in our young adults. So Class 14, you know what that means. You now have 23 credits. You're halfway towards an associate's degree. You did all of these things while running forward with your very full lives. You took care of your families, and you worked multiple jobs while also working full-time at Year Up. Some of you battled health challenges and money worries. All of you have demonstrated courage, determination, and motivation. Thank you. Thank you for helping our country and our state solve our talent shortage. You really are our future. So here are some more numbers. I want to thank you, this class, for making Year Up Providence's growth possible. As I hope everyone in this room knows, this time next year, we will have doubled in size. We have served over 600 young adults. Starting next year, we will serve 160 every single year. Why do I thank this class? I thank this class because we had our corporate partners come to us and say, we need more young adults like yours. Can you give it to us? So thank you, Class 14, for making that possible. Can I ask the Providence Year Up staff to stand, and that includes all of our interns. Anyone who's trying to start a new business, my suggestion is get as many smart interns as you can. They have made our work very possible. So if everyone can stand. Thank you. I want to thank you, all of you, for the work you put into empowering Class 14 to succeed. I watched every single one of you sit down beside one of these graduates to problem solve, to teach, to coach. You have worked tirelessly to support this class, and your efforts speak for themselves, and I thank you. So I want to very briefly share what today represents for Year Up around the country. We operate in 9 cities. By 2016, we will have grown to 16 cities, and we will have served 10,000 young adults nationally. Our mission is simple: to provide urban young adults with the skills and support they need to secure professional careers and succeed in higher education. Here's what I know is true about our students. They come to Year Up because they are looking for opportunity. Opportunity to work, to go to college, and to show this country that they are our future. So I salute you, Class 14, and I thank you for the excellent work you've done carrying Year Up forward. And I now have two requests. A request to Class 14 and a request to everyone in this room. So to Class 14, be active graduates. Come back to Europe and help us continue our work. Keep yourself and your classmates connected to us and put Peter on your speed dial. To the room, we do need help in closing this opportunity divide. Come help us. Be a tutor, be a mentor, be a guest speaker, be a donor. To that end, we have beautiful cards on every table. Our interns will be walking around this room today collecting those cards. I challenge you to fill them out. Finally, for the graduates who are still looking for employment, their resumes are on your tables. Take them back to your companies, share them with your HR folks, bring our graduates in for an interview. We guarantee you they will impress you. It is now my great pleasure to present Carla Castillo, an outstanding member of Class 14, who will introduce her mentor and our city's mayor. Carla.
Well, thank you, Megan. Good morning, everyone. I'm so excited to be graduating with my class today. It is my pleasure to introduce my mentor and the Mayor of Providence, Angel Tavares. He has been a great help to me. He has fulfilled all his mentoring expectations beyond reason. He has taken his time out of his schedule to meet with me, coach me, guide me, and with his help, I am now enrolled at URI full-time. So thank you for everything. Your story is one that inspires my colleagues and I. We follow you. Before they told us that you were going to be one of our mentors, everybody was hoping to have you, not because of your title, but because we knew that you were like us. You came from nothing, and you made yourself successful. And that has a lot to do with your family. And as someone who is a very advocate of family, I appreciate all your help and everything that you've done for me. You've helped me so much at my internship at Citizens Bank. Welcome, Mayor Angel Tavares.
Wow. I want to thank Carla, and I have to tell her something now in front of the whole room, and that's that you did that all yourself. I really had very, very little to do with her accomplishments. You had it in you all the time. So it's been a joy to be your mentor, to see you grow and to see you develop from the time you started at Citizens to now, and also to see you achieve your aspiration of going to URI. So, but I can tell you that you have it in you, and I also know this because I know your mom. And we have something similar, and that is we have very amazing mothers. My mother was not a Providence City Councilwoman, but yours is, and that's Councilwoman Castillo, who's here. And you have a great example in her of determination, of leadership, of someone who's committed to making a difference, not only for herself, but for others. And that's why she led the effort at the Westin to make sure that there were fair wages for everyone. And it was a long fight, but in the end, she really was successful. And I have no doubt that you're going to be successful as well. So it's really been my pleasure to be your mentor, and I wish you nothing but success. And I look forward to your next graduation at URI. It's great to be here with all of you, and Megan was saying that, can you believe this day has come? I have to tell you that I felt like it was just yesterday that I was here talking with you, and so it's exciting to be back with you and to see all the great graduates. And I'm also pleased to be joined today by the Lieutenant Governor Roberts, who's here and has been a big supporter by Speaker Fox, who is not only a supporter of Europe, but has been a tremendous advocate for our city. And I am grateful, Speaker, for your support. We wouldn't be where we are today or made the progress we've made without your support. Thank you. And I also I recognize the councilwoman who's been fantastic. But the Commissioner Gist is is not here yet.
Commissioner Gist is not with us today.
She's not, but she is another tremendous advocate for our children here. And I just want to recognize her. I also want to ask you to please recognize all of the sponsors and the employers. And I'm not going to name them because I'm sure I'm going to leave someone out, and I don't want to do that. But this would not be possible without the support of all of the people and all the organizations that are here. And you see their names on the table in the book. But let's just make sure to recognize them. And I'm going to ask you to give them another big round of applause, please. And I just want to say to all of the mentors, thank you for investing in our young people. Thank you for giving the most precious thing that we all have, and that is time. That is time, and I thank you for doing that. It makes a huge difference, and you're helping to build a better city and a better state. So I thank you for your commitment. And last but certainly not least, and I'm sitting with Paul Salem, who's the board chair, the national board chair. I want to thank Paul and all of the board members who are here, who are supporters, who have helped fund this important program for many years. This would not be possible without your leadership and the leadership and the support of so many of you here. So thank you, thank you, thank you for that. Let me just end with this and just say, well, I'll end in English with this. I'm going to speak some Spanish in a second, but that what you're doing, especially the people, the graduates, it is extremely important. You are setting examples for the rest of our community. You are letting everyone know that anything and everything is possible. I say this a lot when I speak at graduations, and that is, I think sometimes you don't recognize how fortunate we are to grow up in a country where the sky is truly the limit. And I know that because I've lived that personally. And you are showing that anything and everything is possible. And I want to echo what Megan said, because one of the things I wanted to tell you is that we need you not only in our workforce, but we need you to come back and to help and to mentor other people. We need you in Providence in our schools, because we've got a lot of work to do in our schools, and we need young people to help us overall move our schools forward. So my challenge to you is to stay involved. Just as someone has helped you as a mentor, I hope to see many of you be mentors in the future as well. You can make a huge difference in our communities, and we need you now more than ever to get involved and to stay involved. Y quiero decirle primeramente felicidades a todos los que se están graduando hoy, y especialmente a todos los que han apoyado a esta causa, y son muchos. Son la gente que trabajan aquí, los negocios de aquí, también gente de la junta directiva que han ayudado también. Y yo también quiero decirle felicidades a los padres, porque nadie llega a este momento solo. Todo el mundo necesita apoyo, y estos jóvenes que se están graduando hoy lo están haciendo con el apoyo no solamente de Europe, pero del apoyo de la familia. Así que yo, como alcalde de la ciudad de Providence, lo felicito a todos, les deseo lo mejor, y le digo a ellos que ellos tienen una responsabilidad para ayudar también. Ellos tienen la responsabilidad, como a ellos lo han ayudado, ellos también tienen que ayudar en el futuro. Y eso es lo que yo quiero ver, que ellos ahora ayuden a la comunidad, porque nosotros lo necesitamos ahora más que nunca. Así que los felicito a todos, les deseo lo mejor, y le digo, congratulations, Europe, Class 14.
everyone. Good morning. Wow, you guys are all awake. My name is Jacqueline Henry, and I'm a business communications instructor at Europe Providence. I would simply like to say on behalf of the Europe Providence staff, thank you, Mayor Tavares, for your support. I know for certain that we could not do everything that we do every single day without the support of your office. I learned to live life with no regrets, just lessons. I remember reading this line and reflecting on its message. The lessons I have learned from the writer and your next speaker are twofold. First, success begins long before anyone recognizes your talent. It is earned every single day by those willing to face adversity head on. Second, one person's love and respect can make the impossible seem possible. It is my honor to welcome to the stage my advisee, Kimberly Matias.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a little nervous up here seeing so many people, but I'm going to try my best. I am the middle child of a single mother of 3 girls. We have never been a wealthy family, but my mother always tried her best to give us everything she could. Growing up, I was mommy's little girl. The one that everyone thought would make the right decisions in life. The one that did everything right. The perfect child. But in school, I was the nerd with no friends. I would get teased, hit, laughed at, pushed, and even got food thrown at me during lunch. My oldest sister always had to defend me over everything because I was too scared to stand up for myself. I was the odd girl that would never fit in. High school for me was a chance to start over and become someone to all the people. My sister no longer had to defend me, and I actually made friends who wanted to spend time with me. I skipped school every day and made all the wrong decisions. But for once, I felt happy, I felt important, and I felt known. Along with the wrong decisions, I got pregnant at 16, and that had to be the biggest turning point of my life. I never noticed the one person I was hurting the most was the one person who loved me the most, my mother. She had such high expectations for me, and I let her down with almost all of them. But she never gave up on me. She stood right by my side through thick and thin. As my stomach began to show, everyone around me began to change. They looked at me wrong and talked about me everywhere I went. Some of my teachers would roll their eyes and told other students not to make the same mistakes. My friends were no longer there. No calls, no texts, no messages. I guess they realized my life would never be the same again with a child. Even some of my family told me I would not make it and I would not graduate school. I got depressed so bad, I would cry for days, alone in my room. I would not eat, I would not go out. All I did was cry. Up until I was about 7 months pregnant, I completely disconnected myself from the world. I felt the baby inside me move and kick with so much motivation in life, and I wished I had the same energy to keep on living. That's when reality hit me. My child was innocent of the ignorance of others. No matter what, she had no guilt over what others said about me. I could not let this baby down. I could not keep failing on my mother. So I went to school every day as I should have. And I graduated with my school. I passed with a B+ average, and I even went to prom. I had my daughter May 1st, 2010, and I went back to school 2 weeks after. My daughter was only 2 months old when she went to daycare. I went to college full-time and managed to work full-time, all while being a new mother. When I felt like giving up, a look at my daughter's eyes was my motivation. For an entire year, I worked and went to school full-time. I would leave my daughter sleeping and came home to her sleeping. Sometimes it would hurt me to see that other people spent more time with her than I did. But I knew I was doing the right thing in order to give us a better future. After a year of the same routine, I decided to try and get into Europe because I felt like I had more in me than working in fast food. I went through what felt like a million interviews and assignments until I got the news that I had been accepted. I was still working at McDonald's while in learning and development classes at Europe, but I gave my notice in right before internship so I can give my best where I was going. I got the news that I had been chosen to intern at GTech. Never had I worked in a place so professional in my life. Walking in there, I felt intimidated, scared, and so nervous. I was placed on the help desk, where I was working alongside 5 men who were much older and experienced than I was. There were times I actually doubted my ability to do this. But I pushed forward, and I gave my best at every new thing I learned and every task I completed. I enjoyed helping others and hearing the sound of relief on their voice when I had to solve their problems. Recently, I was moved to a position a woman had for over 10 years. I felt intense pressure, but also confidence knowing that my supervisor, Kathy Brissell, believed I could do it. I still value her support and feedback and thank her for being there for me every step of the way. I now have a full-time position as a desktop support coordinator at GTech. I've become more confident in myself and my ability to complete every task I am faced with. And I cannot believe how fortunate I am to have met all these wonderful people. Although I'm young, I can recognize the significant turning point in my life. I am one of them now, and Europe has made this difference. I cannot believe that I wake up every day and call GTech my employer. My co-worker, classmates, our advisors, our mentors, our supporters here all have contributed to not only changing my life, but my daughters and my families. I still haven't forgiven myself for causing my mother so much pain. But I stand here in progress, trying my best, so that she can see that even though I had a child early, I am trying my best. I have gained so much experience in 1 year that I could not have gained in college. I am confident in myself and more determined to give my daughter a better life than I ever have been before. This year, I went from being a 19-year-old girl with a child to a 19-year-old mother, woman, full-time GTech employee with a bright future I never knew even existed. I am forever grateful to each and every one of you who gave me the chance to make this possible. Thanks again to the entire Europe staff for supporting me every step of the way. To my supervisor, Kathy Brissell, for believing in me and helping me grow so much. And the entire GTech team, including Yana Tal, Debbie Raymond, Alan Peters, all for setting me up to high expectations and trusting me to fill such big shoes in the company. Life has taught me that a child is not a reason to give up, but an opportunity to become a better person, to push harder. My daughter, Danelise, is my motivation. I have also learned some people will always have something negative to say, but we all have the potential to prove them wrong each and every time. Thank you.
Thank you, Kimberly, so much for that absolutely amazing speech. As I was sitting up here listening to her, all I could think about was our board chair, Ted Fisher, and he must have complained enough to say, I absolutely do not want to follow one of the students as a speaker, and somehow I now have that job. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, and maybe if I complain a couple of times, we'll find another sucker to come after one of the speakers. So, Kimberly, thank you so much. So, for all of you who don't know me, my name is Kristen Knight. Feels still a little weird to say that. So this is my 9th graduation and first graduation as a married woman. So anybody who knew me before, it was Kristen Easton. And I am the Director of Internships and Alumni here at the Providence site. So we have, and I'm going to go to my page that's supposed to be in here. What did you say? No, I gave it to Julie. Anyway, I'll just go off the top of my head. Okay, so we have 3 outstanding awards that we're going to be giving today. We have our Outstanding Supporter and Volunteer Award, our Outstanding Mentor Award, and of course our Outstanding Supervisor Award, which is what I am here to give. So I do want to talk a little bit about the individual that is here today, and I made sure that they were going to be here today. But before that, if I could ask Kevin Reyes and Eddie Rosales to join me on stage, please. In case anyone can see that. Okay. Okay, so the individual that is going to be receiving the Outstanding Supervisor Award today, it's a little bit of a cheat because he's not 100% technically a supervisor, but he is an individual who absolutely spends every second of his day overseeing our interns and making sure that no matter how many are in the company, he makes sure to read every single one of their status reports, check in on them, and make sure that they are going the path that they need to be going. This individual also has gone above and beyond with helping to arrange tours of the data center, being a mentor himself, being able to invite us to the state of the company, taking time to come and guest speak. He has also helped grow us from 1 position in the help desk to now where we have 3 in the company in 3 additional departments. We also now can say that from the very first hire that he made, the gentleman's name was Franklin Tavares. We now have 18 full-time employees working at Covidian, and it absolutely started with his leadership. And I see Oneida over here, who of course is on our board as well, and she is also a full-time employee at Covidian. And for all of these reasons and so many more, truly want to thank Andrew Lyle for all of his support, and would like to please ask you to come up and accept the award on the behalf of these 2 fine gentlemen who are also 2 new Covidian employees. Oh, and they want to get a photo op, so don't disappear yet. And fabulous. I'm going to introduce Miss Christina Searcy, who's going to come up to give the Mentor Award.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Christina Searcy. I am 23 years old, and I chose to attend Europe as a means to further my own technical experience in the business field. When we were paired with our mentors, I went in with an expectation that my mentor would be too busy to see me or meet up with me every once in a while. And within our first meeting, my thinking was radically shifted. My mentor, Lieutenant Governor Elizabeth Roberts, is an amazing woman. She has been there for me when others haven't. She supported a major goal of mine and helped me turn it into a reality. My biggest dream has been to attend college. Upon our first meeting, I brought this idea to Elizabeth, and her reply to me was, "Okay, let's do this." Since then, she's been fundamental to my success, with encouragement every little step of the way. When I got accepted into the College Unbound program at Southern New Hampshire University, she was the very first person that I called. The tone of her voice and her congratulations meant so much to me and made me feel so proud. But that was only half the battle. When I needed help applying for financial aid, she was there to answer my questions.
When I needed some advice or support, she always answered my text or voice messages. As of right now, 2 weeks after graduation, I will be on my way to Manchester, New Hampshire. I have received a full scholarship to attend university, and I am simply speechless that what began as this lofty goal turned into a dream come true right in front of my eyes. Without the help of my mentor, I probably would have put off the thought of going to college off for another couple years. I can now attend school and continue to gain an internship experience. Through her support, I believe a bond has been formed that will last us a lifetime. Thank you, Elizabeth, for believing in me and my dreams. Without your kind motherly love and words of wisdom and encouragement, I wouldn't be standing here today. You are simply amazing. I love you, and I appreciate all that you've done for me. And now would you please come up on stage and accept this award?
All right, we're doing good on time. We are fortunate at Year Up to have the passionate support of volunteers, and this morning we'd like to recognize two of them. First, I'd like to thank someone who has spent the last 3 years as our intern. He has provided essential support to our program, most recently by building a Planning for College guide for our young adults, and also serving as our realty liaison as we're looking for new space for our expansion. We've tried hard to convince him that joining Harvard in the fall as a freshman should come second to staying on board with us at Year Up. Unfortunately, we can't get him to budge. To the Year Up students that have taken customer service class, you may know him as his alter ego, the pushy practice call rep, Bob Logan. The rest of us know him as Tyler Kramer. Tyler's ability to get things done, to manage Megan, and to do everything incredibly well has earned him a place in our Intern Hall of Fame. So Tyler, come on up here. And I'll just say that I've already given your cell phone number to our business communication instructor, so you can expect some calls in between classes, and I know I still owe you those French fries.
You do.
Okay, still good on time. Now, today's event would not have happened without this second person, who we'd like to recognize now. She joined us as a staff member this spring, first as our intern in the fall, and soon she'll be heading off to earn her master's degree at the University of Peace in Costa Rica. She's the heart of today's graduation. She wrote the run of show, created name tags, and handled RSVPs. She runs a tight ship. She's created systems in the office that will last forever, and boy, we're all sorry to see her go. I'll always remember her by her mantra, moderation is 1 roll of paper towel per day. Julie, where are you? Come on up here. Julie King. Thank you for your superlative service, your spectacular smile, and your extraordinary time with Year Up Providence. All right.
Morning, everybody. My name is George Nipple. I'm the Program and Academic Director at Year Up Providence, and before I get started, I just wanted to give everybody a little heads up in terms of what the mayor began us with, and that's that today's scheduled keynote speaker, Commissioner of Education, Year Up mentor, and guest lecturer, Deborah Gist is unable to attend with us today. Over the weekend, she suffered a concussion and she's at home recovering, but she sends her best as well and wishes that she could be here with all of us. She's definitely someone whom we value for her commitment to the Year Up program to our young adults. And now I get the pleasure of bringing up a couple of those people to celebrate their successes. I'd like to start with this year's Leadership Award. It goes to a member of Class 14 that you've already learned a little bit about this morning. As you heard, she's a young woman with amazing drive and dedication, and she was such an amazing intern at G-Tech that she's now their newest employee. Her positive attitude and her ability to rally the class have been consistent since day one, so it's not terribly surprising that Kimberly Matias was voted this year's a winner of the Leadership Award. The second award of the morning recognizes a student for overall excellence in the Year Up program. And again, it's somebody that you actually already know a little bit about. This year's award winner pushed herself both academically and professionally. She's A+ certified, was an all-star intern at Samulia, and she's, as you heard, continued to set her education at Southern New Hampshire University in September. It's an honor to invite Christina Cersei to the stage as the recipient of the Class 14 Excellence Award. Next, in Providence, as you've heard, we've got a large alumni pool, almost 300 now here. And we also have a 7-member alumni board. They're responsible for engaging and supporting their peers, really almost on a weekly basis. This year's class champion will represent Class 14 on the alumni board and will also take part in that meaningful work. It's an award that I'd like to present to Andriana Nantavangsa. Now for the good stuff. 3 years ago, Sengayumva Japhet sat in an airport in Kenya with other refugees preparing to travel to the United States. He spoke no English, and he was really unsure about where his future was going to take him. Today's scene's a little different. He now sits amongst you with an invitation to join CVS Caremark in their finance department, and also as a CCRI student in their accounting program. Please join me in welcoming my advisee, Sengayumva Japhet, as the second Class 14 student speaker.
Ndabaramukije mwese mwaramutseho. Habari za asubuhi. Bonjour à tous. Good morning everyone. Good morning. Here we go. Good morning everyone. My name is Sengayumva Japhet, and as of today, I'm a Year Up graduate. My story is one of struggle and strength. It is about a person from a disadvantaged background who has lived in 4 countries because of wars, and who overcame the struggles of an entire nation to continue a positive path. My parents were from Burundi, but I was born in Rwanda. I grew up as a refugee in Tanzania, escaping civil wars in both of my homelands. Wars which destroyed my homeland and took my parents as casualties. When I was in 10th grade, I scored the highest on the math and economics exams, so I was moved from Tanzania to Congo for educational opportunity. However, I was unable to graduate because of yet another war, this time in the Congo. I have distinct memories of running from soldiers on foot by day and being forced to travel at night with bags over our heads without any food in my stomach. I remember the cries of babies being ignored by their parents, as leaving them behind was the only way they could save themselves and the rest of their families. I remember the cries of elders to jump off of transfer boats on Lake Tanganyika to save everyone else on the board. I remember the non-stop buzzing at night, a beautiful time for mosquito to parry in people's ears, infecting my compatriots with malaria, who later passed away as they were not much more than skin and bones. I saw more as a teenager than most should in lifetime, and I managed to flee back to Tanzania. In Tanzania again, my life began to take a turn to the positive. I was selected by the International Organization for Migration to come to the United States because my family had been forced to live out of our motherland for more than 30 years. They moved me from Tanzania to Kenya, and from Kenya to Providence, Rhode Island, of all places. Life was complicated in each country I've been to. I had to learn not just cultures, but also languages. That is why I came to speak the 5 different languages I opened with this morning. I arrived in Rhode Island in 2009. Because of my age, English was pain, not just in my ears, but also in my tongue. I could not even make an order for a cup of coffee at Dunkin' Donuts because if I tried, nobody seemed to speak Swahili, French, Kirundi, not even Kinyarwanda. I can now get my Dunkin' Donuts coffee, but I still haven't figured out ordering at Starbucks, where I'm convinced they don't speak English. I was too old to finish high school in Rhode Island, so I decided to attend the Job Corps program in the Bangor, Maine, in order to earn my high school diploma and learn technical skills. While enrolled at Job Corps, I completed all of my objectives and made many goals. I came back to Rhode Island with the hope of a better opportunity. I learned from a caseworker named Tyler Herman about a program that would support my growth and my learning. I applied and got into it. This program was You're Up. You're Up, I did not enjoy arriving at 8:30 in the morning and being asked a warm-up question with nothing in my stomach and with just 2 years of speaking English. I may have been asked to describe how I was feeling in one word, and the instructor gives just 10 seconds to think of an answer. The worst part was you could not skip a question. I had to think about the question, translate it in one of my languages, find the vocabulary to use in English, and then speak my answer. And this has been done in 10 seconds. In class, my instructor, Jackie, would want us to focus on overcoming challenges and will ask you to share the worst thing you did in your life that you never wanted to share. That's crazy. I had experienced enough. My experience at Year Up allowed me to practice my English, overcome my fear of speaking in class, and even gave me the confidence to stand up here on this stage. I've been saying for weeks how nervous I was to give this speech, but I'm grateful for the guidance and opportunities Year Up provided to me. I wish to thank my special advisor, George Nipo, Justin Lafleur, my best manager, Bobby Gondola, and the other instructors and my colleagues at Year Up. At Europe, I increased my technical knowledge, built the professional skills as an intern, and I got my foot in the door at CVS Caremark, the 7th largest company in the United States, a place I proudly call home. I'm proud to say that I'm CVS Caremark's newest full-time and permanent in finance department employee while taking my studies in accounting at CSRI. The best way to make your dreams come true is to wake up. Your Up was my wake-up call, and I will not have this opportunity without the support of people like all of you. Reflecting back on my life experiences in Africa and comparing them to the opportunity given to me here today, I consider myself extremely lucky to know that the only person holding me back from succeeding in life is me. Murakoze, asante sana, merci beaucoup, thank you so much.
Good morning. My name is Ted Fisher. I'm 47 years old. I'm here at Year Up because Paul Salem and Sarah Enright saw great potential in me, and I thank them as I stand before you, an honored board chair of Year Up Providence. Jafet, I signed a contract early on. I talked about this before Kristen mentioned it, but that I would take on this role as long as I never had to follow a student speaker. And so far, every single graduation, I have to follow amazing speakers like Jafet, Kimberly. I think I've gotten a preview of that twice already, and I know the ending, and I still cry throughout the entire story. So, just amazing. And you know, it's unfathomable to me the obstacles, the hurdles that our young adults and students have to overcome just to be here today. And it is about the opportunity divide. It is about what we need to change in this country, and it is about why all of you are here. And let me tell you, it does not happen without all of you. So thank you so much. I want to make a special thank you to my mentor, Corona, from class 15, who's over here. Who I was very nervous about this, this talk, and so he gave me some great advice. And I'm looking forward to seeing you up here in 6 months. So. I'd just like to thank, the dignitaries that have joined us today, all of our corporate sponsors, the amazing board that I get to work with here in Providence. Was at the National Summit where all of the boards from around the country gather, and we're the oldest board there was no Boston board, there was a national board. So we're really the oldest local board, and it's a wonderful position to be in because you see as other sites get started up, the impact that you can have by sharing experiences, letting folks know how you stumbled. But the other boards are so interested in how we have created this amazing success story in Rhode Island. And it's an unbelievable combination. It takes phenomenal mentors. So for any of you who want to come to the next graduation with this little black badge on, which I highly recommend, fill out that little card Megan was talking about and become a mentor, because it is the most gratifying thing that I've ever done, and Corona is just one example of why I enjoy it so much. But I've decided that after today I am going to call the mayor and the lieutenant governor and ask them to be my mentors. Apparently they're doing a great job, and I could always use the help. I'd be remiss not to mention the amazing staff at Year Up. We are so blessed to have the team here, and especially Megan Hughes, who's a lifelong friend, and someone I care deeply about, but someone who I will be talking to Tyler Kramer about, because she's figured out how to manage her. I need advice before you go to college. As always, I want to thank Paul Salem. He's the person who really saw the potential in Providence to move this as the first, sort of proof point of whether this is a scalable model from Boston. to Providence. Not just his philanthropy that helped it happen, but his unbelievable and unimaginable commitment to obliterating the opportunity divide in this country. And when he elevated to the national board chair, so he now is over the entire organization, he asked me to fill this role, and it's not only humbling, but one of the greatest honors of my life. So I thank you, Paul. So there's always like a 2 or 3 next to how long I'm supposed to speak, so I disregard that. But trying to keep us on schedule. Bobby got me some time back. I'd like to get to the most important and exciting part of the morning, which is our graduation ceremony. So I'd ask that the students start to line up and our board line up on the other side as we just in closing say, thank you to all of you, everyone in this room. When I got involved in Year Up, I was, I met Sarah at an alumni event, and I was the youngest person there by about 30 years. She was the youngest there by about 50 years, and I asked her if she was lost, and she told me, a bit about what she was doing. I was hooked immediately, but what I didn't realize is that this is not charity. This is not philanthropy. This is an absolute incredible return on investment that every single person in this room has been part of making. I think you've heard just a sampling today from our student speakers, and if you've been to all the graduations, you hear it from every single one. There's no reason that these young adults shouldn't be here on this stage getting the corporate partner award or being the president of some of these companies or giving these opportunities, because not only do they have the potential, we absolutely need them, and we as a country, this program is an incredible model of how we fix a lot of things that ail this country. So this is an incredible culmination. So to the graduates, I want to congratulate you all. I met with you a few times. I got to know some of you very well, and one of the most amazing things is as I ask, a couple questions early on, I say how many folks are here because someone that they know or someone that lives in their neighborhood or a family member attended Year Up, and it's almost 80–90% today, which is very different than it was 10 years ago when we were trying to recruit the first class here, running around the state trying to work with every guidance counselor. And the reality that I used to describe this program as the single most tangible example of changing the world one life at a time that I've ever seen. And because of all of you, I've actually rethought that. And it really is about the fact that what you've done, not just today, but this entire year, by being examples in your community, in your families, in your schools, and the places that you live, the folks that are looking at you wondering, how do I change my circumstance? How do I take the next leg up? You are the examples that they will follow. So to all of you, thank you for changing the world. And we are going to need you to stay engaged and involved. We need help in Rhode Island, we need help in this country, and I think you're a big part of the answer. So congratulations, and have a great day.
All right, the moment that most of the people to my right have been waiting for. Before we begin, I'd like to ask everyone in the audience, and I know this is a hard request, we have 20+ amazing graduates that need to cross the stage, so I'm going to ask you to hold your applause until the very end where we can congratulate them all together as one group. So again, my name is Jacqueline Henry. I'm a business communications instructor at Year Up Providence, and first I'd like to call up Elizabeth Pena. Elizabeth interned at CVS Caremark. Her mentor is Liz Perrick. One thing I will always remember about Elizabeth is that she knows what she wants and she isn't afraid to go after her dreams. Congratulations at your new job at Citizens Bank. So in my classroom, that would be up. Next, we have Isaiah Rambert. Isaiah interned at Lifespan with Cindy Wilmot. His mentor is Miriam Gordon. One thing I will always remember about Isaiah is his kind heart. He always put the needs of others before his own. Congratulations, Isaiah. I guess if it's a board member, we'll give him a pass. Next up, I'd like to call up Jamile Garcia. Jamile interned at Fidelity Investments with KP. His mentor is Christine Flanagan. One thing I'll always remember about Jamile is his maturity. He always goes above and beyond what is expected of him. Congratulations, Jamile. Finally, I'd like to call up Kimberly Matias. Kimberly interned at G-Tech Corporation with Yana Tao and Kathy Brazel. Her mentor is Jennifer Remes. One thing I will always remember about Kimberly is her passion for life. She is a mother, a daughter, and an inspiration to many. Congratulations on your new job at G-Tech. Next up is Jeff Condon.
Morning, my name's Jeff Condon. I'm the technical instructor at Year Up. First individual we're going to call up is Kevin Byers. He interned at Providence Equity Partners with Larry Liu. His mentor is Steve McManama. And what I'm going to remember about Kevin is his quiet professionalism and perseverance in obtaining his goals. Congratulations. Good to go. Next, I'd like to call up Richard Gonzalez. He internship at FM Global with Craig Silver and Roger House. His mentor was Ashley Gingerella. And what I have to remember about Richard is I'm going to have to show you with a visual. Let me just face the audience. Okay, what I'm going to remember about Richard is the ear-to-ear smile when you mention his newborn son. Congratulations, Richard. And I would like to call up next George Nibbo.
Good morning, everybody. I'm George Nippo, Program and Academic Director here at Europe Providence. And first, I'd like to call up Ingrid Arlene Dittren, who interned at Fidelity Investments with Bob Dana, and her mentor is Veronica Lundgren. I'll always remember her ability to present to Fidelity's VPs and CIOs without even blinking, even if we had to twist her arm a little bit. Congratulations, Ingrid. Next, I'd like to call up Ornelis Estevez, who interned at CVS Caremark with Monica Boss, Michelle Gravel, and Marconi Hernandez. Her mentor is Sarah Enright. She's one determined woman, y sin duda es la más bacana de su clase. Finally, I'd like to call up Singyumva Jafet, who interned at CVS Caremark with Rosemary Maleki and Justin LaFour. His mentor is Larry Flynn. As you all heard, his story is amazing, and the most that I can hope is to get mentioned in this book. Congratulations, Jafet. Next, I'd like to call up Kristen Knight.
First, I would like to call up Miss Andriana Nanthavangsa. Andriana interned at Citizens with David Roderick. Her mentor is Alicia Salerno. One thing that I will always remember about Andriana is her care and her genuine just passion for others. No matter how much she needed at Citizens, she always asked me first how everything was going and what I was up to. And of course, it is a pleasure to also let you know that Andriana will be continuing with Citizens after graduation today. So congratulations, Andriana. Next, I'd like to call up Edwin Durango. Edwin interned at Colette Vacations with Randy Costa. His mentor is Matthew Erickson. And one thing that I'll always remember about Edwin is him always joking with me and telling me he wasn't going to work or was taking a long vacation just to make me crazy. And it was usually at those times where I was already super stressed out. He'd be like, well, I think I'm going to take today off. I'm like, no, we're not going to do that. So even though he always joked about that, he had an absolutely unbelievable attendance record. And truly, it is a pleasure to continue to work with Edwin. And I look forward to having you come back to the site so we can continue your job search. Congratulations.
Resumes are on the table.
That's yes, I did hear that, Ted. Resumes are on the table. I'd like to call up next Giancarlo Garcia, please. Giancarlo interned at CVS Caremark with Jack Kelly. His mentor is Ralph Whitehouse. And one thing that I will always remember about Giancarlo, aside from just tremendously passionate and powerful conversations that the two of us shared, is his passion for working as an English teacher and being determined to go back to school, which I am very pleased to announce he will be doing. And so I look forward to perhaps him becoming an English teacher one day at Year Up or wherever he would like to be. So congratulations, Giancarlo. And last but certainly not least, Miss Carla Castillo. Carla interned at Citizens Bank with Bernie Hall. Her mentor is, as she mentioned before, Mayor Angel Tavares. And one thing that I'll always remember about Carla is her commitment to overcoming the mistakes she made earlier in life, including not doing well in college. And it was just one thing that she just always was so passionate about and said, I want to make up for that and I'm going to continue to do well. Pretty sure she actually even worked for free at the last 2 days at Citizens because she had a project that wasn't over. Their last day was on Friday and she said, well, it's not over. I'm not done. So she went back to finish it to make sure that it was done. So I know that URI is very, very lucky to be getting you as a full-time student. And I'm sure that Citizens Bank will be looking to get you back upon graduation. So congratulations, Carla. And next, if I could call up Mr. Bobby Gondola.
Okay, first, I'm the Director of Development, by the way. First, I'll call up Christina Cerci, who interned at Samulio under the guidance of Paul Pacheco. Her mentor is Lieutenant Governor Elizabeth Roberts, and I'm proud to announce, as you already did, that you'll be heading off to school full-time on full scholarship in the fall. I will always remember your thoughtfulness. Congratulations. Professional hugs are okay at Year Up. Next, I'd like to call up, you're out of order. Vanity, you're next. Next, I'd like to call up Vanity Norn, who interned at Citizens Bank with Roxanne Fisher. Her mentor is Heather Pierce, and one thing I'll always remember about Vanity is her commitment to learning. Congratulations. All right, up next, Kevin Reyes, who interned at Covidian with Steve Mallett and Rachel Smith. His mentor is Robert Naparsek. He's Covidian's newest full-time help desk analyst. And one thing that I can now admit to Kevin, you got this. All right, Elvis. Elvis Rosario, who interned at CVS Caremark with Ralph Whitehouse. His mentor is Adam Shawley. And Elvis, to be honest, was the heart of our group, affectionately referred to as the Wolf Pack. Congratulations. All right, Peter, you're up.
Hello, I am Peter Van Skyver. I'm the Career and Alumni Services Manager at Year Up. I'd like to call up Ed Rosales, who you met earlier this morning. He interned at Covidian with his supervisor, Jen Barbara. His mentor is Robert Penny. And one thing I'll always remember about Ed are walks around Providence and that smile. This is Ed's third day of work at Covidian. Next, I'd like to call up Maria Chavez Blanco, who interned at FM Global with Craig Silva and Roger House. Her mentor is Ruth Baroque. And I'll always remember her excellent public speaking skills. Maria. Congratulations. Next, I'd like to call up Michael Santos, who interned at Citizens Bank with John Salvatore. His mentor is Bill Ray. And one thing I'll always remember about him is his amazing artwork. Congratulations, Michael. Finally, I'd like to call up Sammy Fong. He interned at G-Tech with Jennifer Nicholson. His mentor is Mark Dumas, and one thing I'll always remember about him is that amazing sense of humor. Sammy, congratulations. I'd like to call up at this time Tekla Moklin.
Hi everybody, I'm Tekla Mokwin and I'm Megan's assistant and I work in development with Bobby Gondola at Year Up. I'd like to call up Amanda Doyle to the stage. Amanda interned at CVS with Jimmy Rodriguez as her supervisor. Her mentor is Mary Fazano And two things I will always remember about Amanda are her creativity and her extremely impressive writing skills. Congratulations. And now I'd like to call up Maddie Snow.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Maddie Snow, and I'm a business communications and customer service instructor. Next, I'd like to call up to the stage Maritza Luna, who interned at Swarovski with Robert Manna. Her mentor is Deborah Gist, and I will always remember Maritza for her dedication, whether taking care of her two beautiful children or preparing to join the Air Force. She always gives everything 100%. Congratulations, Maritza. Up next is Ashley Green.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ashley Green, and I'm Europe's Manager of Outreach, Admissions, and College Enrollment. And I'd like to welcome Manny Castillo up on stage. Manny interned at Fidelity with Jeffrey Keenan, Armando Morales, and Eric Krupas. His mentor is Steve Coughlin. Manny really led by example as a member of Class 14, and I will always remember his strong work ethic and his quiet maturity. So congratulations, Manny, as you move forward on your journey. And next, I'd like to welcome Megan Hughes on stage.
I can invite Junior Urizar to come up. Junior did his internship at Amica. His supervisor there was Bob Arnold. His mentor is Nadia Anaida. And what I will remember about Junior is actually reading his supervisor's feedback every couple of weeks. The Providence team is incredibly competitive, so we compete even with our advisees. And as far as I know, Junior always got 5s on every single category for every single survey. So thank you, Junior, for putting us in first place. And if I can invite Dominique Fernandez to come up to the stage. And while Dominique is coming up to close us down, let's give Class 14 one more gigantic round. Just about finished. You listen to those stories. I challenge you to pick up one of those cards, check every single box, and join us here in 6 months. I hand it over to Dominique Fernandez to close us down. Thank you so much for coming this morning.
Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, 6 months ago, I stood on this stage as my class graduation speaker. I interned at Lifespan as a desktop support technician. Shortly after graduation, I was hired full-time at Lifespan as a service desk analyst. I can't stand here without personally thanking my former supervisor, Jeff Barabee, my coworkers, and Europe for believing I had the potential to succeed. I love my job, and I could only hope to follow in the shoes of my supervisors someday. I'm also proud to know that Year Up interns will continue to put in the hard work to fill the opportunity I left for them. To all of our guests here today, we cannot do this without you. Our success stories are a success because you gave us an opportunity. And for that, I am truly thankful. I'll close today's celebration with a message to the new interns of Class 15. Go out and deliver at your internships. Prove that you have earned the opportunity and that you are capable of handling anything that comes your way. I look forward to seeing you and all of our guests here in February at your graduation. Thank you.
No aguanta, no aguanta.
Some of you step down, some of the maybe you guys down here, come step down. I need you kind of tight, like too tall in front. You go up one. Can you come down? Can you come down? Short people, maybe down. You might want to go up. Pretty tall. You guys come up right next to that podium. Way up.
She just look straight ahead and just go smile with it.
Don't leave, because I can't get my dinner done.
She. You can show some teeth. Don't say no noise here. Ain't no mic guys here. Please, please, for me. Congratulations, please. I'm gonna do it, yeah? Go ahead, do it. I don't know the parts of the song. Let me get a part, at least. To find it, to find it. You guys are kind of fast, out of